Should we just start reading right away today? I'm not in the mood for dailies today again. I just want to read. And then I want to do some art maybe. We're live! Oh my god, it's so hot. I'm sorry, I keep saying that. I keep like turning on and off my fan thinking that, oh, it's a good temperature now, and it's just not. Needs a new PC. No, I have a PC. I have a PC. Woo! Hi Duma. How you doing, Duma? Alright, we're good. Come back, Gurumbai. I got this commission this commission request that I think is quite interesting. I don't know if I can share it yet. But once I get the go signal, I will show you guys. Doing okay. Are you gonna touch the grass today also? I think it's interesting and I'm quite excited to do it. Although we'll see. It's all about touching grass these days. Go for you. Been raining all day. Is it humid in your area also? Because holy shit, I woke up sweating. I don't usually have my AC on this early in the morning, but like my room for some reason is the only humid one in the house right now, or like hot, warm room in the house. Well, the moment I step out of my room, it's a decent temperature. Sweating. It's fucking windy over here. It's also windy here in the afternoons. It's always cold in Canada though, isn't it? I would actually rather not huddle for... I'd rather freeze to death. Okay, game time! We should all galump, dude. What does galump mean? Misery Core Volume 1. Found frozen with a grumpy look and giving us the finger. Yeah. That's me. That is me. Mystery Chord is so me for real, bro. So me for real. Is everybody comfy? Everybody have their dinners with them? Their meal times? Oh, I just fuck. My internet died. Well, it didn't die, but it's slows. We were literally just talking about it. I must be cursed or something. How unfortunate. Couldn't have anything nice. We just started. I bet my brother is playing Helldivers again. I swear, the internet only starts doing this shit when my brother boots up that stupid fucking game. Don't worry, we'll wait for it. And I was specifically waiting for this gap in the system. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Like, even if I wanted to get an Ethernet cable, there's no space in our router anymore to plug that shit in. Okay, we're just gonna have to wait this out. Well, it looks like it looks fine. You should give me your stream key and stream share so I can stream for you. No, that's like a way to end my career. Any percent speed run. Yes. And suddenly a week ago or two, it starts struggling. Yeah, I don't know why. Look, there it is again. Come on, come on. Why don't we just jam out? Nah. $45, $50, $54 Ultra, my beloved. 45. I just messed up those numbers entirely. It's still red! Help me, God. Ba 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 ba. Are we back? Like for real? What's the latency like? 4 seconds. 5 seconds, please. Okay. Someone say something so I know if we're back or not. Help! Picky, dude. We're so back! Let's freaking go. Were you gone? No, it's just the internet is was so slow. So if I said anything, it would have been like 20 seconds ago for you guys. I love 54 Ultra. When we do the art stream section portion of our stream, what? God help me. Whatever, I'm gonna shut up. How is the latency for you guys? Is it bad? Just refresh for lower latency? Okay. The internet is warmed up. Seems fine? Okay, okay. Take your hydrate. Alright, let's give everybody a refresher if you weren't here last time or last stream. Let's see, actually let's see if I remember if the story plot line of this game is making sense to me. So, at the moment, we're playing as an anchoress, which apparently is a person who commits themselves to the word of God and like basically lives in isolation. But she was taken out of her cell forcefully by her superior to investigate the death of one of the sisters. But obviously she's not supposed to tell the other sisters that she's investigating them. And the sister who died was the previous chronicler. And if you don't know what a chronicler is basically the person who writes the day-to-day, like what happens in a day stuff every day in the abyss or whatever the fuck you call it. And she died. Apparently they found her decapitated in the courtyard or something. I don't know I forgot what it was called. So the anchoress took her job and she's trying to figure out who killed her. And at the point of the story we're at right now, it's like a day or something that she's been in the real world, and she's having a hard time adjusting. And you know, she met all the other sisters, and yeah, I think that's where we're at right now. It's like day 2 of her job of being the chronicler or something. Like officially, well, I guess officially the first day of her job being the chronicler. And we ended like right after she finished writing stuff in the book, in the big book. We also found out that the librarian like got rid of all the previous chroniclers' writings for some reason. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think anyone really murdered. Well, I don't know. I don't have any ideas of who could have murdered the previous chronicler. I'm like she was beheaded, right? So I was at some point I was like, maybe she just killed herself, and I was like, wait, her whole head got cut off, and she was literally holding her head when they found her. So and what else? And then I started suspecting Moira to be the one that killed her. But then, like, it's like, you know, Angela is so it's like so obvious that she might be the one that killed her, you know, the red herring, if that makes sense. And yes, that's where we're at right now. Anyways, I found this incredibly relevant TikTok that I will now send to our Discord while I was making coffee. Hold on. You ever seen a nun do a podcast? Nuns do podcasts? Hold on, let me just... There we go. Now you've seen one. If you're in our Discord. Hold on, I will show you guys. Will this catch?
At the moment, my all-time favorite is an outdoor game, but in the summers when we're all home together, is playing Ultimate Frisbee.
Sister, and you are so good at that. I'm a huge Ultimate.
Sister Mary and I also are.
Who is who?
No, you're so
Who are the nuns? I bet this is Hedwig
I'm
and
defense.
Catherine
I'm
II.
defend against people like you. I can't.
Okay, full disclosure, everyone. Sister Miriam likes to chat when she plays Ultimate
My
Frisbee.
secret weapon.
I know. I just put it out there.
When you're out on the field and the action's far away, just strike up a conversation.
I wasn't even paying attention to their conversation. I was just like, oh my god, why do these nuns have a podcast? That's so crazy. This is how we spread the word of God these days, I guess. Seems so wrong, right? It's so weird. I bet Darcy was in a fugue state and did it with no memory. I don't think Darcy did it. Who do you guys think killed Catherine II so far? In we met pretty much most of the sisters. I guess the only ones we haven't really talked to are Flora. Well, no, that's not true. What's his name? Marta. What's the other one? Charity. The Spanish person. I forgot the name. Yes. I kind of suspect the soup. Really? I don't think the soup did it, honestly. Jesus is bread. Apparently. Catherine too. I miss her. Even though we only like met her once. Anyways, where's my mouse? Load? Is this the last one we did? I can't. What happened before? Can I? Okay. I was just treated like a total fool, I thought. Hold on, let me change the game category. Misericord. I had half a mind to turn back around and tell Eustace to stuff her sentimental stories about Catherine and show me the sword under lock and key. I didn't, of course. Alright, she just finished talking to Eustace. And thank goodness for that, honestly. A backlog in the menu? I thought that it could just scroll back up to see. Or something. Anyways. No, I won't explain what I mean just yet. Let me tell you something about that chronicler position. It might have taken a fair bit, but it did teach me a thing or two about spinning a good story. Anyway, what the fuck you mean spinning a good story? You're literally supposed to write down things like just as they happen. I guess humans are full of biases. The cool air of the hallway hit my face hard after being in the stuffy library for so long. I could feel the damp patches around my eyes and cheeks where my tears had been drying. I wiped my face with my sleeve to try to erase any lingering evidence. Oh, fancy running into you here. Dude, what if she did it? What if Moira did it? Moira was standing just down the hall, carrying a tray adorned with a small pitcher and some sliced rye. Me? Oh god, I'm kidding. I was just on my way to bring you and Eustace some luncheon? Lunch? On? Oh, of course. You wouldn't have had that before. It's just a snack between meals. Is that allowed? Allowed? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? I looked side to side nervously. For what? I'm not sure. A disapproving superior? Or worse, Angela? Moira chuckled again and set the tray down on a stone railing overlooking the cloister. Yeah, that's what it's called. They found her body in the cloister, then gestured for me to join her. The little pitcher was full of wine. Oh, thank you for the follow, Jason Simple. Welcome in! The pitcher was full of wine, and there were pieces of crumbly cheese mixed in with the slices of bread. You can dip the bread in wine if you'd like. Dip the... Alright. I picked up a piece of bread and dunked it into the pitcher. The wine turned it quite an odd color that reminded me a bit of bile on flagstone. But I resisted lingering on it too long and popped it on my mouth. Into my mouth. Thank you to follow. As was here. Welcome. That's quite nice, actually. It's called Sops. Everyone here loves it, more or less. And the cheese? Goat cheese. From one of the ones Darcy takes care of. I tried a piece. It was also delicious. This might be a silly question. All this food. Is it different from what I was served? I took all my meals in my cell, but I don't remember any of it tasting quite this... well, good. Well, we do a lot of cooking with ingredients from the stores and the pantry. And we have to make things last. Maybe you just got unlucky most of the time. Things don't always taste this fresh. Or maybe, well, oh, nothing. I was just thinking that maybe it tastes so much better because you're not in your cell anymore? I don't understand. Moira took a piece of cheese and chewed it thoughtfully. A new lease on life and all that. Nothing tastes better than freedom. Goat cheese might be goated. Anyways. Super common because bread was often stale. And isn't rye like a kind of tough kind of bread? Or I don't know. I've never had rye before. My first instinct was to chide Moira for this comment, but I resisted. Instead, I chose to act the part and say something I imagined someone who belonged in this group of women might say. I would imagine Catherine disagrees that we're free up here. And I suppose by that logic, eating outside the monastery would taste even better. I was actually going to say that a king's food must taste impossibly good. I was on my way to that conclusion as well, although I think we might have been approaching it from different angles. Oh, Nat the Nat, welcome in. Sorry, I was on my way to that conclusion as well, although I think we might have been approaching it from different angles. But I like the way you think. We should plan a picnic sometime. You and me. We should propose it to the superior. That's a lovely idea. Moira clasped my hands in hers and beamed. Oh, what fun it always is to have someone new here. How are you doing today? Doing good. I'm excited to finish this visual novel. Pretty tough from what I hear. Clearly you've been hearing from the wrong sources. I don't like cheese. You must hate life. Wesley Don Quixote, welcome in. Don Quixote. Am I saying that right? Or are you supposed to say it Don Quixote? I don't know. Words are hard. Anyways, she let me go and lifted up the tray again. I must be getting the rest of this to Eustace. Where are you off to next, busy bee? I'm not sure, actually. I felt like I should sort of make the rounds, so to speak, to get to know what everyone does around here. Grand. Darcy and Charity are busy in the kitchens right now, I think. But I'm sure they wouldn't mind poking your head in. Mind you poking your head in. I'm sure someone's in the cellars around now if you want to learn about the wine. Oh, so many options. Go forth and explore, I say. Explore I shall. I smiled and bowed my head and excused myself to head downstairs. I selfishly opted against bothering the cooks while they were busy with something I'd be eating later, and instead headed towards the stairs. I made my way down to the cloister and through the downstairs hall. I decided that I might poke my head into the undercroft. Look who it is. Hello, Hedwig. Hello. Done with chronicling already? Yes, actually, well, there wasn't much to write about yesterday, really, wasn't there? Did you make sure to immortalize your grand prank? No. Really now? I'm surprised. I would have thought that was the whole point. I'm old. Yes, well, how else will anyone know it happened? Oh, well, I mostly wrote about the important things. The services, the meals, and so on. Those are the important things? Huh. Give yourself a little credit, Hedwig. I'll add it in tomorrow, perhaps. You should. Otherwise, we'll all forget about it eventually. Or pretend we forgot about it. That's right. In war, one must keep score. Or so Adela keeps telling me. War? Relax. We are definitely not planning a counterattack to your door prank. Yes, we've just been discussing faith and whatnot. The Nicene Creed and many subtleties. Oh, how interesting. Which ones? Which subtleties? Philoque. That's... I suppose I wouldn't count that as a subtlety. That would be my contribution. Why, no... Ow. I couldn't agree more, Hedwig. I have a bad habit of understating things. For effect, you understand. Naturally. The pair smiled at me, and I could sense they were politely ushering me onward so they could continue whatever conversation they had actually been having. I decided to press a little further, however. What have you two been up to today? I decided I'd see what the other work around here is like, since I finished so early. Well, there isn't exactly much almoning to do up on this hill, so I've been helping out in the cellars. Oh, what have you been doing? Catherine and Margaret exchanged a glance. This, more or less. Not to sound like our dear friend Eustace, but that's a euphemism. Well, not entirely. If something needs lifting, they'll shout. They being Marta and Flora? Typically, yes. But more often than not, around here, helping in the cellars really just means, well, nothing. Standing around, gossiping, wandering around the cloister for a bit. And the superior doesn't mind this? No, steady on. We wouldn't be telling you this if we thought you'd blabber onto her about it. I won't. I was just worried you might get in trouble. It's never really been much of an issue. Soup can't be everywhere. And let's keep it that way. Of course. Lovely. I knew you could be trusted. I've always said I had a good feeling about her, haven't I, Catherine? That's right, she has. Couldn't help but be filled with a gush of pride at this remark, but did my utmost to tamp it down. Well then, I'll just leave you to do your important work, shall I? Until next time. See you at luncheon, Hedwig. I parted with a gracious smile and walked toward the corridor of barrels I had found Adela and Flora in the day before. Marta was standing next to an open cask. She was holding a wooden ladle, looking thoughtful. Ah, Hedwig. Finished upstairs already? Yes, I am. I felt it'd be nice to get to know everyone's jobs a little better. Smart girl. Flora could learn a thing or two from you. I heard that. Flora's voice echoed from deep within the rows of the barrels. Good. I have her check inventory sometimes, especially if she's been acting up. I see. The barrel open in front of Marta smelled absolutely putrid. Nonetheless, she dipped her ladle into the dark liquid and raised it to her lips, sipping gently and furrowing her brow thoughtfully. Is it supposed to smell like that? Truth be told, I have no clue. This is a slightly different kind of wine that I'm used to. I must confess I did not know there were different kinds. It's sherry. Adela pestered me to try making it the moment she arrived at the Abbey. Goodness, she must be very particular. She has expensive taste, yes. We had to get a fancy new distiller set up in the workshop just to try making it. The Abbey could afford that? I was just talking to Eustace about her acquisition budget. I try not to think about money most of the time. Oh. Let me just move my table. Cherry? No. Cherry wine? I don't know what that is. Why does it smell bad? But I've heard the Superior has access to more than you'd expect. She's rich? I suppose I wouldn't really know what to expect. Isn't that wrong, though? If it is true, it would certainly mean this Abbey is stuck in a uniquely unfortunate position of having a lot of charity to give and no one to give it to. I'd urge you to quell any Cistercian tendencies. I'm not sure the church could withstand another order fracturing. Just made of white grapes. It's used for cooking, I think. Is it supposed to smell bad? Or did she fuck up her brew? Ow! Marta took another whiff of the unfinished wine in her spoon. She wrinkled her nose and emptied the spoon back into the barrel. Anyhow, there is little use in speculating on speculations. Bars, we have a distiller, and all I need to worry about is making sure my sherry isn't a disaster. Would you be a dear and find Adela? I need her to tell me if I'm on the right track with this. Of course. Where would she be at this time of day? She does this and that, so I haven't a clue, to tell you the truth. I'm just too old to be given the runaround. I understand. I'll find her. I bowed my head and left the way I'd come. Acrid, maybe. Oh. Guess it shouldn't smell. So you fucked up! You fucked up! Oh no. It turned out I didn't have to go very far. After jogging up the stairs to the cloister, I decided to check the gardens, where I found Adela and Darcy, tending to a row of vegetables. Hedwig, hello! Hiya. Hello. Marta actually asked me to find you, Adela. Is she meddling with the sherry again? Is she going to ruin... She's going to ruin it, I swear. Oh, be careful. Blah 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 blah. Sherry is important. Is very important. And delicate. For sherry, I will swear. Fair enough. Did she just start chanting some... Why? Goodbye, my friends. I will speak to you once again. Once I have walloped some sense into Sister Marta. With words, Hedwig. Do not worry. The old word, wallop. That is correct. I would never hit anyone. Although over sherry... No, that's not funny. It is a little funny. Because really I would not. And that's what makes it funny, to say you would. I get it. I suppose we have very different senses of humor. Bye, Foxy! Adela gave me a little approving nod to Darcy. And turned to leave. Would you mind helping me finish what she was helping me with? Of course. What can I do? Pick the rest of these carrots with me and put them in a box. Yummy carrots. She pointed at the wooden crate half filled with plump, reddish vegetables. Alright, then do I just... You gotta push him down and yank him out like this? Darcy flopped to her knees and gripped a clump of green stems that were poking up out of the soil. She pointed at a little purple mound poking up out of the dirt. Watch this. She pressed the carrot into the earth and pulled it out of the ground with remarkable ease, then tossed it several yards into the crate. It's easy. You try. I knelt down gingerly in the soil, a little apprehensive about getting my frock dirty. I rummaged around the nearest patch of greens and traced my finger down a stem until I uncovered the top of a carrot and pressed. Nothing happened. Press harder. I gave it my all. The resistance finally broke a few difficult seconds, and I nearly fell face first into the carrot patch. Oh, there you go. Now pull it out. I regained my composure and removed the carrot from the earth quite easily. Why does that work? You're breaking up some of the little roots holding it in place. That's miraculous. I never would have guessed. It just works. Plants are wonderful. Thank God for plants. She continued harvesting carrots and I followed suit. There's certainly a lot here. We need as much food as we can get before winter starts, and carrots are good in everything. I agree! I hadn't thought about that. What else do you grow for winter? Peas, sprouts, cress, parsnips. Goodness. Leeks, celery, celeriac, beans, beets. And you take care of all of it? With help, but yes, I do. Remarkable. That's very admirable. I like to help. And when people help me help, well, that's very good. That's a very good feeling indeed. I picked up the pace a little, slightly more confident about my carrot pulling abilities all of a sudden. And you tend to the animals as well? Yes. You've certainly got a whole lot of... You certainly got a lot of responsibilities. There are actually not that many animals. I think even just a few ducks might be too much for me to handle. The ducks are friendly, so that helps. Other than that, we just have sheep, and that's a shared responsibility. Really? With who? A man from the village spends some time up here in a little house and helps with the sheep. I didn't know there were others living up on the hill with us. On this hill, it's just him, and he's a bit of a walk from us. I bet he did. I'm kidding. Is chat thirsting for this nun? Yes. She's our favorite nun. Carrots and onions are good in anything. I also agree. I don't think she mentioned onions in the list of things she grows though. One duck is too much for me. Oh, if you know, you know. Me too. If you know, you know type shit. I know what you mean type shit. I think I know what you mean. My people. Well, except for Bona, I think he said that Darcy is not in his top 3. Not one of us. Not one of us. It was strange having a more in-depth conversation with Darcy. Her odd manner of speaking, I must confess, had belied the thoughtfulness with which she listened and responded. Her words came thick and slow like treacle, and sometimes it felt like any emotions they carried were delayed. Nonetheless, it was clear that she was lucid and intelligent. Just as much, if not more so than anyone else I'd spent time with so far at the Covenant. So I picked the next questions carefully. It was a rare privilege to see you in the process of having a vision yesterday. Oh, right. Yes. Was it now? Yes. That was a beautiful and powerful thing. I wish I could remember them. Eustace writes them down for you, doesn't she? Yes, but that's not the same. I do appreciate her doing that, but I wish I could keep track of them myself. You don't remember them at all afterward? Not at all. Whoa, thank you for the gifted. Can't spell bonatide without ban. Ah. Do the sharks with them. Okay, but only dangling them on the shark. Right? We're not actually feeding him to the shark. You know, the one you had yesterday was rather prophetic. Oh, really? Yes. I mean, fire, goat. It was perfectly accurate. I predicted your prank. Darcy, would you believe me if I told you that that wasn't a practical joke I came up with? That I really saw a monster of some sort? And a goat? Probably not, but go on. I promise you I did. Well, you know me, I do think this place is haunted. But I'm not sure if I've seen anything like that. It's a little haunted here, but not goat sacrifice haunted. So that would be strange. I suppose a practical joke is more plausible. But if it isn't your prank, whose could it have been? Well, that's just the thing. I don't know. An idea came to me in a flash. Do you think I could read Eustace's full journal about yesterday's vision? Perhaps there had been some other clue written down in there that I had missed. Something that could help me determine what had really happened. Or, at the very least, comfort me with the knowledge that I was not truly being pursued by ghosts or devils? You know, you'd have to ask her. Really? It's your vision. It's yours. This is writing. Fair enough. There was a long pause. That was the end of that matter, evidently. So, does the abbey keep any goats? No goats, just sheep and ducks. Bro! What do you mean? What the fuck? She had goat cheese. How else would we feed the sharks? We don't feed people to sharks. I had to pause because I was like, did I say that sentence right? What do you mean it's more fun to dangle him a bunch of sharks than actually feeding him to the sharks, right? Right? I was just curious, honestly. I was under the impression that goats were common fixtures at abbeys. The same books that had led me to assume that the abbey lived. Am I crazy? Didn't Moira say that there were goats there and like they make the goat cheese from the goat that Darcy takes care of? What? The same books that had led me to assume that the abbey I lived in would follow some sort of structural plan had also painted a rather specific picture of their inhabitants. Not having any goats to tend to was at least not as egregious as condensing the hours. But it did complicate my understanding of what I'd seen a night prior. Then again, I suppose Darcy would have noticed if a goat had gone missing. Would you like to meet one? Meet a goat? Yes, because I could probably arrange that if you want to see a goat. They are very sweet and funny. Last time I saw a goat, it chewed on my sleeve and took a big hole out of it. And I had to get Moira to sew it back up. Then I had one sleeve with slightly less fabric than the others. So write that down! Write that down! It's a hint! That does sound very fun. But no, I was actually curious because if I had seen a goat, where would it have come from? An impish grin crept over Darcy's face as she loaded carrots into the crate. I think I know where this is going. You've been having me on a bit, haven't you? We're working on a new practical joke. No. I see, I knew you had to be joking when you said you saw a goat because there are no goats here, so you couldn't have seen one. If you wanted to really get your hands on one for a new prank. Sister Hedwig. I would die for Darcy. Bro! It's a pregnant lady. It's a pregnant one. No goats anymore. Darcy made goat cheese, yes. What the fuck? I feel like I'm going crazy. I swear Moira killed her. I whipped around to see Angela looming over the vegetable patch, looking as icy as ever. Yes, Sister Angela? You were meant to be working in the library today. Instead, I've been looking all over for you. Yes, well, I finished my work early. I'm sure you must have done a superlative job. The Superior wishes to speak to you before luncheon. She's built like a Pixar mom, I guess. I could taste the poison in those words. And I almost enjoyed it. What the fuck? Almost? What do you mean? I'm sure she wants to know how my first day of real work went. I was just helping Darcy with the carrots and then I'll be on my way. Time to take you to her now. I stood up, brushing my hands off my robe. I think I know my way to her office, if you'd like to exchange places. No, I don't think so. I was given a job to do. Yes, well, I was too... Oh? You're taking orders from Darcy now? It wasn't really an order. It's alright, Hedwig, I can take it from here. Oh my god, you made Darcy frown. That's crazy. You got rid of her 3 face. How fucking dare you. Get out of here, Angela. Wonderful. Let us be going then. I tossed Darcy an apologetic glance that I hope she caught as I followed Angela away from the garden. Bring back her Cola 3 right now! We walked in silence to the superior's office. Angela's presence usually made me feel meek, but something about helping Darcy had given me a small boost of confidence. I spent the walk imagining several witty and biting things I could say to Angela if she happened to speak. Well, she didn't, of course. Not until we arrived at the superior store. She had that shit locked and loaded. She was ready. Well, have a productive meeting. She made a show of turning on her heel and marching away briskly. I thought of a few more clever things I could have said before clearing my mind as best I could and knocked on the door. After yesterday's arguments with the superior, I had resolved to be as polite as demure as possible. I would speak to the superior with the respect her station demanded, and I would save any pithiness for an imagined sister Angela. The door swung open and the superior ushered me inside. We exchanged basic pleasantries before diving right into the heart of the matter. How was your first day of working in the library? It was more tumultuous than I expected, Your Reverence. Really now. I wouldn't have expected Eustace to be a particularly difficult person for you to work with. You'd be surprised! I mean, people with similar personalities tend to clash quite a bit, right? I suppose I have a lot to live up to. Everyone's expectations make me nervous. Dusty! How you doing, Dusty? When will you let the yellow M&M out of his jar? I'll let him out of his jar... Never. He just needs more brain. I agree. Just needs to jump a little. You know why I'm here? To pinch some cheeks. Yes, Your Reverence. Try not to be nervous. You are performing admirably for me so far. Of course, can you stop saying There's no need to overcorrect your insolent outburst yesterday. Speak to me as you would anyone else. Yes, yes. I bowed my head a little. Truth be told, I was getting increasingly frustrated with how arbitrary every application of tradition around here was. I was being admonished for speaking properly now, after I had been so rude. Honestly. Anyway, we are going to take a little walk. Right now? Yes, it's time you meet the accused. Won't it be fairly obvious that we're gone? Everyone will be busy finishing their morning work or preparing luncheon. Outside of creeping away to the hospitalum in the dead of night, there's no time like the present for us to leave unannounced. I see. The idea did not thrill me. Then again, speaking with James had been my idea in the first place. So I had little room to object. Does anyone else know? Of course not. She opened the door and held it for me. How are you? I'm doing good. I slept early last night. I slept at like 10 p.m. But mosquitoes kept biting my face, so I kept waking up in the middle of the night. Mosquitoes were biting my face and hands. So, yeah, I kept waking up in the middle of the night to scratch, and to hide under my blanket. Yeah, mosquitoes. Well, not usually. They just, I don't know where they came from. Get out of here, Sai. Fuck you. Fuck you. Mods, set the chat to subs only right now. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We're in a recession. We've been in a recession. Are we ever getting out of... Every other YouTube video I've been seeing has been like, the AI bubble is about to pop. It's about to pop anytime now, you guys. Get ready. Of course, I don't watch any of those videos, but you know, it's just annoying to see like every other video. Subbing right now. And then it never pops. Like, what's gonna happen if it pops anyways? In more ways than one. Uh-oh. Any day now. Trust me, bro. Just wait just one more week. It pops next week, I swear. Bet on the Poly Market. Bet on it on the Poly Market. Does the AI bubble pop next week? Oh shit. I didn't read that. Fuck. Knowing that we were attempting to slip out without anyone noticing, however, made the place feel actively hostile. I jumped at every mid-morning shadow and held my breath every passing blind corridor, even though the superior walked ahead of me. The building seemed to be more repaired further from the cloister we got. Wow. The wall protecting this side of the abbey was downright shabby. Bricks lay in the grass and moss was bursting out from the mortar. Is the hospital not part of the abbey? It was built much further away than is useful, I must say. Are you alright? You're a bit pale. It had just struck me I was about to leave the confines of the abbey, hardly a day after being ripped from my cell. It's so hard to read. Is there... Oh no. It's so hard to read. To read that. I guess I can't. Ish. Guess I can't do anything about it. Putting my life saving. Hey, no, hey, don't! My life savings, $2. $2 into Poly Market. Australian housing bubble has been ready to pop my entire life. People with money and power will never take a haircut on this stuff. Maybe you should just force a buzz cut on them then. It's a pustule. A zit. Backgrounds. It's so hard to read. Yeah. Okay. Compared to my organized existence in that small room, the corridors and cloister already felt like a whole new world. Stepping beyond those walls felt like a whole new level of transgression. I'm alright. Here we go! Through the neck, hell yeah! If nothing else, it was quite beautiful out here. From here I could see them... From here I could see that a thick fog encircled the tor, and the abbey was built upon. What is a tor? Almost as if it were nestled in the eye of a great storm. Down the steep hill, I could barely make out the nearest village. The little buildings were situated on the edge of a lake so large that it disappeared into the mist. We're so far from the village. It's rather strange. Truthfully, what isn't strange around here? True. But even the architecture is not what I would have expected. I had noticed, actually, that the abbey's buildings don't quite line up with St. Gal's plan. Or the Romanesque plan. Bah! Hi, Tanner. God of Thunder or something. That's not even what it was spelled as. Thank you for the hydrate. I just took a sip. But I will take another one. I got it. And the stretch. Okay. Ugh. Our abbey was built in somewhat curious circumstances, I am told. I would believe it. It was evidently not laid out by a master architect. Do you have any idea why? Because it would have cost a great deal more. This is so hard. Why is this harder than usual? Anyways, because it would have cost a great deal more money to have it built properly. I suspect. Money is no object when it comes to houses of worship, surely? That is, sadly, not how it works. Often it falls to a generous benefactor to fund a new community. The great halls of Kirkstall, for example, were paid for by a lord. Bungay? Bungay Priory. I don't know how to say that word. You guys can't see it because I'm covering it, but Bungay Priory was paid for by a countess. Linbarrow Tor, well, I'd like to know, to tell you the truth. You don't know who actually funded this place? No. I am not the first abbess, and hopefully not the last. Bungay! The history of our community has not been particularly well recorded. I hope you can improve that once we are free of this foul mystery. Hey, what did I do? I turned to look at the monastery from a distance. Even from far away, I could see that it was fairly dilapidated, oddly situated, and altogether somewhat crooked. How old is it? I'm afraid I don't know that either. Monasteries serve many purposes. Way houses, centers of learning and study, beacons of spiritual guidance for local communities. Linbarrow is none of these. I would quite like to see it become one day. Another reason why our mission is of utmost importance. This place is falling apart, Sister Hedwig. I understand. The superior nodded. Why is she so unaware about the state of the village? Hedwig, I mean. Like, where did she come from? Did they just shove her into this monastery or something? It's so weird that she doesn't at least have like some sort of background around the village. So clearly she didn't come from the village. I don't know. Anyways, the superior nodded and we continued walking to the hospitalum. Oh, oops. From a cell in the bottom of... She was born there. The hospitalum was an odd little building. It looked like a piece of the chapel that had been broken off and placed in the middle of a field, with nothing but a beaten path indicating that it was meant to be part of any larger community. I was somewhat relieved that it was not readily visible until we had crested a small hillock during our walk. We did not go in through the front door. Instead, the superior bade me to follow her around the back of the building to a smaller door. I could see a hole where the wall of the building met the ground as we walked past. This really was a haphazardly constructed place. Watch the stairs, they're quite steep. She produced the same keyring that had taunted me so when I heard it in my cell. And it was impossible not to gasp as the door swung open and I saw what lay inside. A stone staircase led into what looked like a cellar, only there were iron bars splitting the room in half. What? I jumped as the figure scurried out of the dark corner of this horrible room. He looked panicked, slightly younger than I to be sure. His clothes were rumpled and his hair was messy. There was a putrid stench lingering in the room that I did not want to guess the source of. He might have had a boyish charm under better circumstances, but imprisonment had clearly taken its toll. I was struck with a rush of pity when our eyes met. He rushed forward, throwing himself against the bars and gripping them with bloodied fingers. He pressed his face between them to bring us as close together as he possibly could. Oh, thank God. Step back, boy, if only a little. I couldn't bend these bars. Believe me, I tried. Nevertheless, his eyes darted between the superior's and my own a few times before he relented. He took a step back and breathed deeply. He really was a pathetic sight to behold. This is Sister Hedwig. She would like to ask you some questions. Questions? What bloody questions could you possibly ask? Did you kill Sister Catherine? No, I did kill no one. He paused for a moment, looking me up and down, then turned to the superior. That's it? You held me here for so long? Had me wait in this shithole while you promised to get me help? And bring me another nun to ask the same goddamn questions I've answered over and over? Have you no shame? I'm sorry. If you were, I wouldn't be locked up in here. Hedwig, I will wait outside. Conduct your questioning with some haste so we can be back in time for lunch. What do you want? You're sure you didn't kill her? You promise? What good is my word? You've already decided. You have no evidence, but neither do I. Well, it would matter to me. The mouth that lies kills the soul, as it is written. Aye, that they do. Are you a God-fearing man? As much as anyone around here is. Then you would promise me you did not kill Catherine. Doesn't matter what I promise, I could promise me. The stable boy recoiled in shock. I was surprised myself. I had stamped my foot down so hard that it had kicked up dust from the filthy cellar floor, and it lingered in the air for a while as the young man and I stared at each other. I promise. I swear to you, I've never killed anybody. Least of all some poor woman. I believe you. Fantastic. And where does that leave us? I have more questions. Of course. Of course you do. Why were you here that night? I made the mail and supply deliveries. Sometimes. From the village. At night? Not usually, no. I had forgotten something. A letter. I saw it lying in the dirt when I got to the bottom of the hill and came back first thing in the morning to deliver it. It was in a letter. How should I know? I'm no murderer and I'm no thief neither. Of course. Question. From where I'm standing, all of your questions are worth just the same. I want to get you out of here. I want to help you. You lot keep saying that, but if you wanted to help, you could just open the door and set me free. Let me go home. I don't have the key. Then you can call your bloody superior down and have her do it. I can't. She wouldn't. Then how can you help me? This isn't fair. This isn't right. Isn't this a convent? Why do you witches even have a dungeon? That's what I'm saying. It's in their hospital. He raised an honest point. Also, hi Clarence. As historically speaking, might explain why some might not know about a local town. Oh. A lot of the nuns are undesirables. Oh. Kinda makes sense. I mean, I feel like this place or that monastery was built for rich people to run away to. That was at least the not context, but the beginning of the story started with a guy saying that, oh, you can just run away to this monastery whenever I go kill the king or something. For extreme situations like this, I suppose. Will I ever see a judge, or do you lot still do the ordeals around here? I don't know. Fat lot of what? Fat lot of good your help is to me then. I want to prove your innocence. Who to? To everyone. Your superior says she believes me as well. If you believe me, that's well and good. But clearly something else is keeping me here. Who am I meant to answer to instead of a jury? I'll tell you what I think. I don't think you believe me at all. You or her. I think you're keeping me calm before you put me down like a lame horse. Superior, Mother Superior. The door swung open for a moment. After a moment. Are you finished? No. I have a question for you, actually. Very well. Why can't we just let him go? I would have thought that was obvious. Justice must be done one way or another, lest we risk open revolt from the other sisters. They want blood, one way or another. What happens next if you don't prove my innocence? The bishop will decide. The bishop? Yes. He has been informed of the general situation. When he makes his usual visit at the end of the month to deliver the sacraments, he will deal with it, along with any other business. So no matter what, somebody is going to be handed over to him? Yes, and I want it to be the right It's Moira. I will wait outside once... I will wait outside once more for you two to finish up. Do hurry. This is hopeless. You're no constable. Please, help me to do my best. Tell me the whole story of the morning you were caught. Don't overlook any details. Very well. I arrived late with that missing letter and noticed that the sister I normally hand them off to wasn't where I would normally find her. Where is that? The library. She did a lot of writing, as far as I know. Did you check anywhere else? Well, I didn't want to overstay my welcome, especially at night. I wouldn't dare poke my head into the dorms, but she wasn't in the misery what's-it neither. Who did you end up giving the letter to? I don't know everyone's name. I don't know your name, even. Hedwig. Mr. Hedwig. James Foreman. I wish I could say it was a pleasure. Hey, hi, Reimu. Man. James offered me a grim, humorless smile. I was looking for someone else to give it to for a bit. I don't know the place very well. And you couldn't have just, I don't know, left it on the table somewhere and gone home? Well, that's just it. See, I couldn't. A job halfway done is worse than done at all, my old man always said. That's very astute. Allow me a little dignity. Thank you kindly, ma'am. I was... Holy shit. What the saxophone? Is that a saxophone? What the hell? I was looking around for someone to ask for help when someone grabbed me and said they'd caught me. I know you don't know anyone else's names, but who? Can you describe her? Well, she was stern, I suppose. Beaky. Angela, if you'll excuse me saying. Yes, I think I remember one of the others calling her that. It's all quite a blur after that, if I'm being honest. I was scared out of my wits as soon as she nabbed me. What about the blood on your tunic? Blood? What blood? Your tunic was bloodied. That was one of the first things I was told. I left my tunic in the cart. I was only here to deliver a letter. Explain? I hadn't worn my tunic since the day prior. I swear to you. I wasn't wearing no tunic when Angela grabbed me by the ear. We stared at each other in silence for a moment. I wanted to believe him, but that required believing that there was a much deeper conspiracy at work than I could have imagined. We were both so still that I could hear the wood above us creaking and bending. It was almost as if the building itself was breathing. Finally, the silence. The silence was broken by the door atop the stairs opening. Are you satisfied? We should go back soon. We cannot miss luncheon. Have you seen it? Have you seen my tunic? What's he talking about? His tunic, the one covered in blood. He says he wasn't wearing it the morning he was found. Impossible. I saw the thing myself. Ghastly. I swear I wasn't wearing it. It's true. Damn you! Someone is lying! I have seen it. It is bloodied, and I can have Eustace pull it out of the storage to show you. However, I am being betrayed. Set up. Anyone could have gone to my cart and taken it. You're only here for a short while. Did you pass anyone on your way from the cart to the library? No, I didn't. Then it's your word against the bloody tunic. I must say it's not very convincing. You said you believed me. I do, but I'm not the one who needs convincing, unfortunately. You are. I hear those keys jingling. Just let me go. You'll never hear from me again. I'll run away. Find another job somewhere. You'll do no such thing. First, both of you then. Some help you are. Is there anyone you know here who you think might have had it out for you? I just can't imagine anyone doing such a horrible thing. No. No? No. Well, that will have to do for now. I hope you learned something useful, Hedwig. For all our sakes. I'm telling you, Angela is a red herring, bro. Wait. There is one more thing that may help my cause. Someone can vouch for my not wearing that tunic that morning. Who? Sister Catherine. The other one. I thought you didn't pass anyone on the way in? She was in the library when I went up there to find Catherine. The other Catherine, God rest her. Well, it is certainly not much, but it might be a start. Thank you, Mr. Foreman. Has word been sent back down to the village about why I'm gone? Yes. That's good, I suppose. Have you had any word back? I have not. Shame that... I did no such thing! I liked her. Catherine II. By playing this game. Curse ye and thy bloodline. He looked utterly defeated. So much so that I could not bear looking at him any longer. A small part of me wanted to wrench the keys from Mother Superior's hands and free the wretch myself. Ma'am, you had me promise you I was telling the truth, and I did. Will you promise to find whoever did this to me? I can't promise that. I can't promise what I don't know is possible. Do you promise you'll try? Please. I promise I will do my utmost. We bowed to the poor young man and headed back up the precarious stairs to the outside world. I dared not turn around to see his expression as we left. I could not bear it. Are they feeding this guy? Jesus. I mean, I guess he is shitting and pissing, so... But the Superior and I didn't speak on the way back to the Abbey. I was torn between feeling curious about the wide world I had stepped into and worrying that someone in the stone buildings ahead of us was watching. I half expected an arrow to come sailing over the walls and strike me dead in the chest. However, almost as soon as the gory image crossed my mind, the fog between us and the monastery thickened. I found this comforting, as if I was, perhaps, being watched over by God on my righteous quest. How very silly of me. The thought carried me for a little while, though. Jesus. I need to keep him alive for a month. I just feel bad for him, bro. I wonder what his parents think. I need to go pee. I will be back. Some brain rot for you. I'm also gonna get a snack. This is the same brain rot from last time. Did I change it? Let's see if I can find another one, I guess.
So one of the comments in my last video, somebody asked how I get Abby's outfits on her. Before I go into that, come here, honey. And before anybody comes at me for the way Abby looks, so you should all know I foster with Roseberry Bird Rescue. So if you haven't seen my other videos where I talk,
I think it's hilarious.
Is this
How many of
one?
you, when you were younger, and even still today, when you're listening to a piece of music that you really like, you fantasize and imagine that
it's
you're
fine.
performing.
The same one.
Kinikilan
The
pa
same
raw,
one for me.
Kapalit ng kanyang kalayaan. Nagpapatrol, Karen Davila. Ay, Karen de Guzman.
Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one that asked that those files
I'm reclaiming my time.
be
I got your
released.
answer. You said there's no
President
evidence.
Trump asked
Mr. Chairman, please stop the clock.
to
My time.
sign
Stop the clock.
the legislation. This is
I'd like to take my time.
Time belongs to the gentleman from California.
Okay. I'm going to put up another document from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath, and this is all on videotape. You said there's no evidence of crime. I'm showing you, here is a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center. He drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeff.
Number ko, it's 000. Tawag sa amin hero. Got the sauce, that's a fine, bro. Di mi humble giro. Tumingin ka sa iyong mirror, please. Don't come.
I'm not going to ask any questions of this witness. Trick questions here.
There you go. No.
Fun fact, after the Bad Bunny halftime show ended, over 761,000 toilets across New York City were flushed, meaning 1.2 million gallons of water had to get supercharged into the system and then set back to normal levels again after the game restarted. In today's modern world, advanced prediction models have automated most of these systems, but sports are unpredictable, meaning humans still need to monitor what's happening so things don't fail. For example, when a big—
Give me your left hand. Someone wanted to gift a bracelet and I want to see your size. So Eunice's birthday was coming up and I was thinking about getting her something special. And I remember when we were in Vegas.
Seattle's real-life superheroes may soon face police scrutiny. A group known as the Emerald City Heroes operates in Seattle wearing custom superhero-style costumes. They do not have powers, but they patrol neighborhoods, hand out supplies to people in need, and sometimes step in when they see possible crimes. Some residents say their presence makes the streets feel safer and that they appreciate people trying to help the community. However, local police have raised concerns. Officers say the group has no legal authority to enforce laws. According to police, when these volunteers use force or try to stop suspects, their actions are not always protected by law. Authorities stress that the right step in dangerous situations is to call 911, not to take action alone.
Hi there, do you happen to have any rooms available for tonight? I'd be more than happy to check.
Here we go. Holy shit. What the shit? There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what?
Are you on a certain website? What?
Are you on a certain website?
Are you a certain pervert? What the fuck type of question is that? That is fucking weird. Get away.
This MAGA father shot and killed his daughter after fighting about Trump, and he hasn't been charged. In January, right before Trump's inauguration, 23-year-old Lucy Harrison from the UK was visiting her father, who lives in Texas. The two got into a fight about Trump's allegations of predatory behavior towards young women, according to Lucy's boyfriend.
Do you want to go there, Attorney?
Okay, get down.
Do you guys remember baby Chance? The baby who was bred inside of a corpse last year? The corpse of Adriana Smith, the nurse who went into hospital with a raging headache, was told it was just a migraine and discharged home, ended up collapsing in front of her family and had a massive stroke and was brain dead. That baby Chance? Well, it's pretty much been a year since Adriana Smith had that massive stroke. It was February last year. And I wanted to find out how baby Chance is doing, and it's about as well as you would expect. He has put on some weight. He's now like 11 pounds, which is pretty good for someone in his condition. But what we know so far is that he still has really, really bad lung problems that they're still treating him with, and he can't be discharged home, at least last Avenue as of.
Cold pizza, because I was too lazy to heat it up.
Uno de los guías perdió el sombrero. ¿Quién perdió el sombrero? Preguntale, ¿perdiste el sombrero? ¿Dónde lo perdiste? Allá, en el agua lo perdió, está todo mojado. ¡Ey! Viejo campero, perdí sombrero. Che, te juego una carrera. Te corro. Chao, me voy, chao.
Hello. Oops, I just hit something with my car. Uh-oh, I hit something. Oh, my goodness. Uh-oh, I hit a person. Oh, my goodness. Oops, I just hit something with my car.
Tignan nyo to guys, oh. Hinarangan ako. Palabas ako ng parking. No? Umaabante ako, mas umabante siya, tinutukan niya yun. Sige, wag na. Hindi na ako uwi. Dito na ako matutulog. Bye-bye.
And I don't think touching the ball was wrong. And I don't think he could even, I don't even think the ref could even see it.
Silence from you! You are cut off! Stop talking!
Good night to my favorite big booty baddie.
An investigation has been launched into an unacceptable issue at the Winter Olympics after multiple athletes said that their medals had been breaking. Two of the USA's gold medalists, Breezy Johnson and Alyssa Liu, both report.
Go dogs.
This one's old. I don't know how. Well, no, this one's recent. Okay.
I have an oak sapling. Day 8, living with my girlfriend, and
Charles, how long have you known about Andrew and Epstein?
No!
Have you been protecting Andrew for prosecution?
No!
Now look, I've got a long way to go. You're gonna take me there, and you're not gonna give me any trouble about it, right? Good.
Do you want good packs or not?
Yes.
Blindfold up. Okay, yeah, get over there. Okay, let's go. Come on. Let's please another icon. No, it's gold. It might be an icon though. It's possible, or maybe not. I don't know. I never. Flag. Oh, Germany. Okay, he's waving. He looks kind of tall. No. Double. Hey.
I'm a second-generation leather and vinyl repair.
All right, Pictionary round 2, except this time we got Obama joining us.
Obama in the house. Excited to be here, boys.
Okay, I'm munching on the crust now.
Guys,
I don't watch FIFA.
Last time, don't guess until there's
Hello,
a little bit more, okay?
Skinny little worm.
Have a nice day. Thank you.
Volcano, 100%.
No, that is 2 skinny little worms. So, do you really think that's all I'm going to draw?
I wouldn't be surprised because you suck at art. I know what it is.
All right, what's the answer then?
That is a beautiful cloud.
How is that a cloud?
How is it not? Take away the bottom and it's a cloud.
So true, Trump.
This part matters.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
The answer is cloud.
No, it's not. It's not cloud.
So you're telling me that the top doesn't look like a cloud?
Okay, that could look like a cloud, but this is part of the drawing.
But it doesn't have to be.
Yes, it does. I'm the one that knows what it is, okay? You've been pretty quiet. Do you know the answer?
Oh, yeah, I've known this whole time.
Why haven't you said it?
I like listening to what these guys have to say.
Fair enough. Joe, do you know what it is? Yeah, it's a cloud. You can't take his answer, and it said it was wrong, so why would you guess it? Stop yelling at me. Obama?
Present.
What is it?
That is a giant redwood sequoia coniferous tree.
What is that?
It's a type of coniferous tree.
No, it's... What? I didn't draw the specifics.
But I'm giving you the specifics.
You don't have to give me the exact type.
Roger that.
I'm giving you the
answer is
specifics.
coniferous tree.
Without coniferous.
Tree. I said it first.
Donald, you can't steal his answer.
You know, as a doctor, I'm not necessarily an advocate for smoking cigarettes or
Back in my hometown, and now that I'm back in my old room, I can really see why I was getting so much play back in the fucking day, my boy. Dude, what y'all know
Bro,
about it, gang?
the comments are always so funny.
Go get mommy. Teaching my dog useless skills, episode 1. Step 1. Lure your dog to look at mom.
Where's mommy?
Mark as soon as they look in her direction. Step 2. Grab a post-it note and attach it to the palm of your hand. Put the note right in front of your dog and say, boop, mark and reward as...
Yo, man, what do you want to do for food? There's like nothing to cook in the house. Man, should we just do like Uber Eats or DoorDash again? It's just so expensive, you know, like all the extra fees and stuff. For real, no, it really adds up. I just wish there was like
The
a
crust
cheaper
is so
way to
chewy,
order
bro.
food.
Too cold.
What
No.
if we use our phone to call the restaurant directly, tell them our order, and let them bring it to us?
Who the hell are you? Where'd you come from? Wait, call the restaurant and what? Like talk to like an AI agent or what if
Yeah. Let me get the schedule.
I always knew that I would end up with a gay man. Did you know that you were gay before or after being...
After.
Okay, I'm done.
It's because I'm so hot that you're...
Back to game. No more brain rot. Fix away your brain rot. Why is she still upset? Guys, someone, I don't know, shake some leaves in front of her or something. Luncheon is gonna be late today. I see. What happened? Well, the cat happened, I think. After a brisk walk through the grounds, the superior and I had approached the rectory. According to her, we had made the perfect time. However, the rectory hall was empty when we arrived. Now Darcy was explaining to an increasingly bewildered superior that Lynnborough had yet another mystery within its walls. A cat? I was roasting the duck when I heard some rustling and then some pots fell over behind me. Oh dear. It could have been a... Sorry. It could have been a ghost. And I was wondering if it... Let me start over. It could have been a ghost and I was wondering if it was a ghost at first, but then I heard it meowing, so it was probably a cat. How do you have that emote? Why? So random. That is a relief, at least. Could be both. Anyway, while I was picking up the pots, I think it tried to eat the duck because I heard it yowling, and then it ran out the door. Poor thing. Probably singed its whiskers. It's a disgusting little creature, and I won't have it bringing the plague in here. I'm not taking any chances if I'm making a new lunch. That's why it'll be late. Good. Is someone looking for the vermin? Useless. Godspeed to her. Gaze where? Speaking of the devil. Get in the pot, Daki! You're for lunch today. Thank you for the gift. I can hear his voice screaming that what? They just lost their lunch, bro. Come on, feed the nuns. Is everyone else informed of the delay? Nearly everyone was milling about outside the rectory ready for lunch, so I had to disappoint them. Pot or jar? Pot. The jar is for chat. Need a Daki soundboard for real. True. I think Adela and Marta are still in the cellars. I suppose Moira was... oh, holy shit. On her way to bell duty. And everyone, how are you, Daki? How you doing? Well, it seems like everything is in order. I look forward to the meal. She nodded at Darcy, who didn't seem to be paying her any attention, and then ducked out of the kitchen. Miss Soup, everything is in order, that's why someone died. Oh dear. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You were alright, my friend. I just wish she wouldn't pretend that nothing is hanging over all of us at the moment. I understand. Jesus. Well, what can you do? Some people are just detached from it all. Do you need help cooking? I have it in order, but oh my god, she capitalized her letter. Her words, guys. It's over. We lost her. You were already a big help with the carrots this morning. She's back! She's back! Her column 3 is back! I gave Darcy a little bow and stepped out of the kitchen. Just finished work watching you on the train. Put me on speaker right now. I bet you won't. Take off your earphones. Good night, Duda. I won't. Pussy! I'm kidding. I heard a bell, but there's no food. Oh, there was an incident in the kitchen, so things are going to be late today. No, I know, but the bell just rang, so... Hello, you two! Ready for lunch? No, actually, it's going to be late today, apparently. Oh, no. I already rang the... Yes. Oopsie daisy. I've been so busy today. Me too. Oh, really? What have you been up to? Well, after service this morning, I felt tired, so I took a nap. Oh no! Were you up late again last night? What do you mean, again? Come now, I know you. Don't listen to her, she's crazy. She's trying to plant the seeds that Flora yo. I'm kidding. I have my tinfoil hat on right now, don't mind. Okay, let me get a tinfoil hat real quick. Tinfoil hat PNG. Hi Mel, how you doing? I ain't telling people I want. Trust me, people know. Trust me, people already know you watch VTubers, bro. Sorry. Save image. Tinfoil hat. So suspicious of Moira. I don't know. My antennas wriggle every time I see her. And it's not because I'm smiling. Even though that's how my antennas work. Oh shit. Moira laughed and pulled Flora into a one-armed hug, which Flora seemed to appreciate very little. Given that we had both seen Flora emerge from the Misericorde last night, it seemed that Moira was entirely correct, although I was determined not to take sides. Have either of you seen a cat? Supposedly that's the villain responsible for the lunch delay. A cat? Would we even need one? I've never seen a mouse here. Darcy said one got into the kitchen and was knocking things around. Got too close to the fire. Poor little creature. Just a cat. Do you like cats, Hedwig? I don't know, really. I imagine they're quite sweet. Oh, of course. Silly me. Always forgetting. Holy 80 stream streak. Holy moly. Becky, you should play a visual novel, maybe, if you want to break from the horror. You ever seen this guy read? Just asking. It's calming, even though I'm berating you. We never have the patience. I agree. He barely has patience to read chat. I suppose she wouldn't ever had one in herself. Oh, right. Well, they're a bit creepy, I think. I wouldn't know. The devil plays with a sinner like the cat does with a mouse, after all. Come to think of it, are there any cats in the Bible? Only one, actually. Mentioned offhand in the letter of Jeremiah as part of Baruch. Huh? Goodness, you really are a scholar. Hold on. What about lions? What about them? Never mind. I blushed red. It was deeply embarrassing to be bested this way, especially by Flora. But they're not cats, right? Hold on. I need to reapply this display lighting thingy. I wasn't even sure she had actually read the Bible. Well, just goes to show, all of us have places we could brush up on in our understanding of scripture. Indeed. I smiled weakly at the pair of them and took my leave. Man. Oh, I was angrier than I should have been about Flora's observation about lions. Angry at her or myself, I wasn't quite sure. Either way, I certainly did not feel up to the task of playing Inquisitor with Catherine. I decided to go for a stroll around the paths between the rectory and the garden. I'm so patient with thirsty YouTube chatters. Bro, is it because you stream on shorts too? I swear, streaming on the vertical thing is so much worse than streaming on the usual horizontal format. In total, the events of the past few days, a day and a half really, had been unlike anything I could have possibly imagined while whittling away the hours in my cell. You find it mad too? I had seen a ghost or devil in front of my very eyes the night before. Yet here I was, wandering around the Abbey grounds, overwhelmed by the prospect of talking to any more human beings for a little while. The others had not believed me when I told them about the monstrous apparition. Oh shit. I think that might have kept me from unraveling completely. Are they joke thirsty or actual thirsty? Yeah, I think it's just lonely kids on the vertical format. Just scrolling and then they see a live, you know, type of thing. Alright, well done. Sorry. I prefer horizontal all the time. Yeah. It's like to just go off topic for a little bit. The people who go live on TikTok, kind of pander to that kind of audience as well, which is why I kind of hesitate to stream on TikTok. Or that's also why I hesitate to stream on vertical in general, actually. Hello, Timeless. Can we go back? History. I miss the things. Blah blah blah. Here, let's start from... I had been surprised by Darcy's shocking outburst, relatively at least, as soon as the superior had been out of earshot. But I was now finding myself agreeing with her. In total, the events of the past few days, day and a half really, had been unlike anything I could have possibly imagined while whittling away the hours of my cell. Do you find it mad too? I had seen a ghost or devil in front of my very eyes the night before. Yet here I was, wandering around the Abbey grounds, overwhelmed by the prospect of talking to any more human beings for a little while. The others had not believed me when I told them about the monstrous apparition, and it was that doubt, I think, that might have kept me from unraveling completely. At that moment, the most terrifying prospect in front of me was sharing a meal in a room with someone who, potentially, had stolen a man's tunic to cover up a vicious murder. But then, surely all that paled in comparison to what I had seen the night prior? An impossible creature threatening me with its blade before disappearing without a trace? If I held either of these scenarios in my head for too long, the grim tangibility of Sister Catherine's murder, or the possibility that I had seen some kind of devil with my own eyes, I felt faint. No, I felt worse than faint. I felt like Saint Vincent on the rack, having to choose exactly which end of myself I'd prefer to have burned. One thought at a time. Are you writing any of this down, by the way? I mean, should I? I told chat to take notes if that, if that helps. Not that I mind if you did. You might not approve, though. I hear she holds quite fast to her rules despite all appearance. Who? Anyway. Your vibe is so different from TikTok streamers, it's kind of crazy. I know! And I kind of don't... I don't like to pander to that kind of... to those kinds of chatters. Like the... It's not that the moment that they're being weird, I'll ban them outright, but just like... I give them a minute or something, and if they keep acting weird, I'll ban them. Do people even still do that? I think so. Still waiting for Half-Life 2 and got insane. Half-Life 2 will come out eventually. Surely, just like Bloodborne on PC. While wandering, I found myself at the door of the chapel. I felt compelled to enter. Oh shit. Fucking hell. I felt compelled to enter. What better place to collect myself? If anything could ease my mind at this point, it would be a moment's prayer. With some difficulty, I swung open the heavy door. I strolled through the aisle, taking a moment to gaze up the high ceiling. To feel at peace for just a... We have to stop meeting like this. I bet they're making out. I bet they're kissing! Ah! Oh, sorry. I thought she was kissing Catherine or something. Oops. Sorry, it can be a little shadowy in here. That's quite alright. I'm just learning that I'm easily startled since leaving my cell. Nobody could blame you for that. How are you adjusting today? Did you start writing? I did, as a matter of fact. Lovely. Eustace wasn't too hard on you? No. Liar. That's good. I'm sure you'll end up locking horns eventually, so be ready. Ready? Really? Eustace seems so quiet, generally. She is, but it's very easy to rile her up, especially if you disagree with her about something. She and Catherine used to bicker a lot, I take it? Oh, endlessly. Especially about chronicling. Margaret extended a hand to the pew nearest us. Care to sit? Of course. We sat down together. Margaret gazed at the pulpit briefly before continuing. Eustace is very intelligent, and Catherine was too. And intelligent people sometimes enjoy having a go at each other for sport. It's how they show affection. What on earth would Catherine write that would irritate Eustace so much? I didn't read much of her chronicling, to tell you the truth. I don't think anyone here does. The job is really about writing something down for people to argue about years later. I suppose if we're living here, reading about it wouldn't be very interesting. Catherine had the same thought. She wrote about all kinds of things. I meant to do that as well, I think. The letters? Yes. Those were her sticking point. I think you're meant to just copy them word for word to mark time, but Catherine would go quite deep on some of them. There was one instance a couple years ago. Yes? Actually, no. I thought of a better one. Have you ever heard of Reims Cathedral? No, actually. It's a very big cathedral in France. One of the biggest ones, in fact. It's quite grand. Unhandmade. You can always just scroll up to see it. Oh! It wasn't working earlier, I swear! It's so weird. It's working now, though. Okay. Only just start down Blue Point. They're not remastering anything anymore. Who is Blue Point? Get your grubby fingers away from me. Anyway, it was damaged in a great fire, and Catherine was meant to write that down. Oh, the France thing. The guys who made this demon. Oh, really? Oh, that's kind of sad. Instead, she demanded to write a letter to the municipality over the smallest detail. There was a note in a letter about how the King of France had granted the city an octroi, that the funds for the repairs were coming from a tax on salt. What? That was more or less what everyone else said. Catherine was furious though. What on earth for? Well, certainly, I think none of us would have noticed, but she had a point. France taxes salt very heavily, and Catherine thought it was highly unfair that the building was going to be repaired with the money she said was being stolen from the poor. I must admit this is completely beyond my understanding. Everyone needs salt, and everyone in France is taxed on it equally. It's how you make food survive in winter, for one thing, but it's an incredibly useful and valuable thing. I dread to think how much we spend on salt here, to tell you the truth, but mercifully, we don't have to pay quite the same way the French do. And Shadow of Colossus. Oh! Those two remakes have vastly different qualities, I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, I watched videos about the Shadow of Colossus remake, and it's not as impressive as the Demon Souls one. I just got it. Oh, yeah, I was meant to make that pun for real. Was put into the writing. I know, right? It makes them feel so human. Which is weird, because like when you read about history around this time, it's like, man, these people weren't real. But these guys, yeah. My intense workout. Hi Foxy, welcome back. Wasn't that just a remaster for Shadow? Yeah, but Demon's Souls was what? I don't know the difference. Was good as is. I don't know. I didn't play the game, so my opinion probably isn't valid. I'd be lurking for a long time. No worries! Let me just finish my drink. I have so many cups in my room right now. ICO is better and I'll die. I don't know what ICO is. Thank you for the stretch. It's just an upgrade in graphics pretty much. Oh. I see. But also had the same glitches on purpose? Okay, back to reading. It just seems like a petty thing to pick at. The building needed repairing. Yes, but Catherine was beside herself for days. I remember her stalking around the halls muttering to herself in very poor French. I'm not about to read that and get crucified by the French people. Which was meant to be damn your spires or some such. Eustace forbade her to write it in a letter to the diocese on the subject. She was going to tell the diocese, damn your spires? Margaret threw her head back and laughed, clearly enjoying a fond memory. Oh, the diocese? I'm not saying that word right. No. She was demanding a letter to the king. My goodness. Catherine sulked for days after Eustace told her off for that one. All over a building? It isn't about the building, it's about the very soul of the church, is what Catherine would tell you. Truly found it distasteful that the repairs would be built on the expense of the people's basic needs, and wanted to make that known to anyone she could with a say in the matter. It wasn't the only time she got herself worked up over a building either. She heard about the last remaining ruins of the lighthouse of Alexandria being paved over to build a way for it, and she spent a whole week badgering Adela, asking if she knew enough Arabic to help her write a letter of complaint to the Sultan. I can understand her position. It just seems so fruitless. It sounds rather cruel to put it that way, but Margaret grinned and shifted in her seat to face me. That's the essence of most of the arguments Catherine got into around here. You're not wrong, but... and so on. Sounds quite exhausting. I suddenly felt my stomach drop. Not to speak ill of her, Margaret laughed again. You're fine. People said far worse of her while she lived. Angela once accused her of writing her own 12 conclusions. I find it rather touching that she can still put people in awkward positions like this. Her influence reaches beyond the grave. Beyond the grave. Do you believe in ghosts? Spirits? That's quite a question. I apologize if it's a touch strange to ask. Just, you're not the first person who mentioned feeling Catherine's presence lingering to me, or wished aloud for it. It's not a problem. But I should warn you that if this is an extension of your practical joke, the others are going to find bringing Catherine into the proceedings very distasteful. Would you believe me if I insisted that there was no prank? I would be curious to know what other explanation you could give. If you really saw what you claim to see, why are you still here? Why didn't you start running and stop only when you reached the next village over? I'm still mulling over the idea of running, to tell you the truth. I don't think I could. It's interesting. Believe it or not, that makes me slightly more inclined to accept your story. Really. Very slightly. I have no explanation for what I saw. Only that I saw it. A real monster, menacing me with a wicked blade. Sounds absolutely chilling. The thing is, if I ran, where would I go? 2 days ago, I hadn't been outside of my little room. I feel like if I left, you'd be experiencing the same confusion 10 times over. Yes, that's a good way to put it. The devil you know. I understand the feeling. But you don't believe I actually saw anything? You don't accept the ghosts. You don't accept the existence of ghosts at all. Evil spirits and the like. I was practically begging for reassurance at this point. I wouldn't say that. I saw something once in a cellar late at night. A little devil with bulbous eyes and malformed teeth. In the cellars? Don't you sneak down there to raid the pantry some nights? Well, as I said, the devil you know. And sometimes I get quite hungry. You're pulling my leg, aren't you? Now, why would I do something like that? We sat in silence for a moment. Finally, Margaret stood up and stretched her arms above her head. I think that's enough of that seat for now. Luncheon will still be a bit, correct? Let's go for a walk, you and me. Sir, I certainly... She walked briskly out of the chapel. I was too slow to help her with the large wooden doors, but she managed quite well enough on her own. She ushered me past and took a step ahead as the door closed. Margaret wanted to lead me somewhere, and I could not guess where. To tell you the truth, I've always had mixed opinions about the existence of ghosts. I've seen so many things that end up being tricks of the light. Figures in the fog, that sort of thing. For years, the knocking and scraping in the walls here kept me up at night. But these buildings are very old and not particularly well built. That's the sort of thing I like to try to comfort myself with as well. But it's a bit different when you're all alone at night, isn't it? Yes. So, do you believe me? Perhaps I do, perhaps I don't. Either way, there's something I'd like to show you. We were walking up the stairs to the second floor. Hold on. We're going to need a candle for this. We jogged into the dormitories and after a moment emerged with a lit candle on a pricket. Oh. We're lagging again. Unfortunate. Internet. Oh. My hat. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Mama, mama. Bo 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 bo. Are we back? I think we are. Don't shake your head at me. I can see my OBS. My OBS would never lie to me. Oh well, it just dropped. Damn. Boom 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 boom. Boom 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 boom. Waiting. More waiting. Well, I just wanna read, man. Boom 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 boom. Bam 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 bam. Mama mama. Are we back now? Okay, well, I was lurking in Mori's stream. Lock in, gang, lock in. Oh! God damn it. More lag. Seems better now. Are you sure? Are you sure? It just dropped again. Never mind. God damn. Every time my bitrate goes up in my stream manager, I just know the internet is dying. Bruh. Blah. Mama, mama. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Ba 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 ba. Yeah. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Internet be damned. Internet be damned. Catch up on your dailies while internet's being sucky? I guess. Wow, 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 wow. Ghosts exclamation. Boo. Boogie of the Rectors. Signature part of camel. Or certain bump? No. Back? No? Humpback? Hump? Chump, small amount of money. Change. Someone who suddenly has their opinion change their mind? Mind? Oh. Mama, mama. Blank my dust. Eat my dust. You might ruefully say you've created one. A monster. There's a Wait, no, that's a zombie. There's a zombie. Oh, it's green again, but I don't know how long it's gonna stay green for. Change the tune. Fortune monster. Fortune teller. Fortune. Boogeyman of the Rectors. I don't know. Man? Nope. Boogie. Yeah, it went red again. Jesus. Boogie. Fortune monster. You say as you tiptoe in front up to the blah jar in your stocking cap. Fortune cookie. Cookie? What? Why was it? Why did it have monster? Cookie monster! Oh! You're so right. Boogie of the Rectors. Don't know. Ah, the blah. Color in many conference rooms. Color. Blah 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 blah. It's... I know! You guys are delayed. Or I guess I'm delayed for you guys. Oh. I know. Woo 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 woo. What the hell is a boogie board? Board color. White? White color. E.g. the kind that does seem to pay? White color job? Job? Why am I getting sleepy? What for? White color. White color drops, not a thing. Ah, the blah. You say as you tiptoe in and tiptoe to the cookie jar in your stocking. Oh wait, no. Wait, no. Crime? Okay. Ah, the black crime. As you say as you tiptoe up to the cookie jar in your stocking. The perfect angle that's perfectly diagonal in degrees. 45. I am locked in. I am locked in. Watch. Panacea? Panahua? Remedy for all diseases. A cure-all. I just realized there's no music. Like, I can hear the game music, but you guys can't hear anything. It's just my voice. Oops. Oh, damn. That was loud. This one is taking longer than usual, is it not? Yeah, I feel like it is Magic Wand Top Hat. I don't know. Tide Eclipse Werewolf. I know. Silver Bullets. Good I do the green cheese socket top hat cheese green cheese donkey symbol boot eclipse easy answer play. What the fuck is this group? What? I'm genuinely lost and confused at this. And isn't reading chats for minutes on end. You're right, I do. Playing card top hat. Magic wand. Boots?